What's going on, AWGFAM? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna be doing another one of my PSA times, and I got a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of shit that I see going on right now, and I'm gonna probably piss people off. You know, the usual for me. But this time it's not gonna be mainly the left that I piss off. And I'm probably going to piss off people on the right with this one too. There's just a lot that I see, and I'm seeing both sides starting to correlate and come together in the middle. And I really think that it's time to stop with our petty fighting and put that shit aside. There's a bigger fucking issue happening right now currently. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with things, but earlier today, the chairman of the Proud Boys got picked up, and obviously you guys know at this point that I'm involved in the organization. Now the reasoning they picked him up was complete and utter horse shit. They stopped his vehicle that he was traveling in from the airport in D.C., pulled him out, and arrested him on apparently a warrant that there had been put out for his arrest over the burning of a BLM sign. Now, I take a big issue with this because they search the vehicle and then they find what they consider high-capacity magazines. Now, if you guys know anything about bans that have gone on in the country, in some states and in some cities, 10 magazine, if there's more than 10 rounds in a magazine, and if you're carrying a Glock magazine, well, you're gonna have 15 fucking rounds if it's a 9mm. You're in fucking trouble. So they pull him over. I guess they arrest him. As far as I know, Washington Post was first to the story. I could be wrong. I'm gonna put that out there. But that's the first ding that popped on my phone about Enrique Tarrio. Meaning, and if you guys don't know, he was on the phone with USA Today. Literally on the phone with them when he got pulled over. Like joking, oh, there's cops behind us. And then he's like, he jokingly said they're for me. And then he's like, hold on a sec. And then the last thing he said on the phone is, you have a story coming. And he hung up the phone. Or something along those lines, saying, you're about to have a story. I'm getting arrested. And they're saying that it's because he took responsibility for the burning of that BLM sign from that church. Now, I have a major fucking problem with this, because we have yet to actually do some hard prosecution of people who have burned down fucking cities. But a man who took responsibility for burning a sign. And this was one of my fears. This is what one of my fears was when I did see that initially happen. That something like this would be triggered. And it scares me, because this is where I say both sides need to really start paying attention to what's happening. Because we're meeting in the middle here. Yeah, I know we got one of ours arrested for it, but they're looking at prosecuting ours and making an example of ours. How long do you think until it's going to be your side that takes that toll also? And they stop giving a fuck about who's fighting each other and only give a fuck about themselves. That's the big thing I'm trying to get across here, is at this point in time where we are currently, this is the time to come together. You know, Antifa actually stood for something at one point. And that's something that I've been saying a lot lately. Antifa stood for something at one point in time. It did. And if anybody knows anything about Antifa, Antifa fought the Nazis back in the day. They were basically the Proud Boys of Europe. And it's sad that this group that did the right thing has now had their name stolen and drugged through the fucking mud the way it has been, because they were fucking heroes. They fought against the Germans and the occupation. But I'm not seeing that right now. You're fighting for the establishment, and they were fighting against the establishment. That's why I'm worried right now. We're too busy fighting amongst each other to see the big thing that's happening. The government is stepping on all of us. But y'all would rather fight petty shit in the fucking streets. There's a bigger game at foot here. And it's about the survival of this country. Y'all may not see it that way, but that's where we're at. We're at the point of, are our children going to be able to have rights to do anything? You want to know what my fear is that my children are not going to know the America that I knew. We're sitting here falling into the false ideologies that they are giving us. We are sitting here taking our morality and putting it aside because they're telling us to. That is another big thing that I see that is lacking. Morality is gone. Something that I was telling my significant other today was that I don't understand how people treat people the way they do here in this country, and they think they would last in another country treating others the way that they treat them here. Those countries where people are suffering, there is no individualism. Everybody works together to accomplish tasks and goals so that they can survive. Now, if you take this bullshit mentality of it's all about fucking me, and you do that shit over there, go ahead and be the single person. Go ahead and be that lone wolf. The lone wolf dies, and the pack survives. Period. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. You cannot do it alone forever. You need help eventually, or you will die young because of the stress on your body. So don't give me that bullshit that you can do it alone. No, you can't. This world was not meant to do it alone. This world was meant so we can work together to build something better. But we have forgotten that. We have moved past that. Now it is just about us and the way we think. We can't handle another person's opinion. We can't take it into account that maybe, just maybe, there's some truth behind it. Because we're too goddamn scared of the fucking truth. The truth is there's no fucking safety in government anymore from this point forward. There hasn't been for at least 20 to 30 years now. People are still falling into the fucking trap. I don't understand it. And I never will. When are you going to wake the fuck up? When are you going to understand it ain't about the left and it ain't about the right anymore? There is no left and right. All there is now is patriots. The Declaration and the Constitution. That is all that's left. And we have police who will arrest people who truly haven't done anything wrong, but will let others go when they have done wrong. And I have personally seen this out of the DC police. I have nothing. There are a very select few from the DC police that I have something good to say about. Other than that, you are cowards and you are oath breakers. Your oath is to the people, the Constitution. And if you don't believe that, it is time to take that badge off and walk the fuck away. Because you're forcing out good cops. The ones who actually give a fuck about their communities. The ones who actually joined up so that they could change the fucking community. Because they love their community. If you didn't sign up for the people and you signed up for a paycheck, get the fuck out now. Because bad shit is going to be coming. in the future. And people don't forget who you are. I'm telling you now. You better be fucking careful. The future that is coming, it's coming quick. And if you didn't have the fucking integrity to stand up for the fucking people, do you really think the people are going to stand up for you? I know I damn sure fucking won't. The only police that I will stand up and stand behind, hell, I'll stand in fucking front of them, are the ones who actually give a shit about my family and my future. The people, my neighbors' families, and my neighbors' future. Those are the people who I care about. And those are the people who I will fight to defend. You oath breakers, I'll see you on the fucking battlefield if I have to. And I've already said this, and I am going to continue to say it, and I'm not going to not say it anymore from this point forward. If it is unconstitutional, don't you dare think that I'm fucking scared to get arrested. That is out the window now. I used to be that motherfucker who was like, I don't want to get them pretty bracelets on my wrist. Now go ahead and slap them bad boys on, especially if it's unconstitutional. Tell me I can't go to the hospital with my kid. I promise you, you will have to take me out of there in fucking cuffs. And y'all already know I got a baby on the way. Not much longer. Tell me I can't be there to see my son's birth. And I promise you, you will have to take me out in cuffs. And that's something that I just talked about with my old lady tonight. I promise you, you will have to take me out in cuffs. Because I will not just walk away from my children. Good fucking luck, motherfuckers. I have a right to be there, and I have a right to be with my fucking family. I don't give a fuck about your bullshit. I don't give a fuck about whatever your guidelines are. That's my fucking family. At the end of the goddamn day. If I'm not sick, I should be allowed in the goddamn building. Whether you agree with it or not. That is still my family. And I have a right to be there. Like I said, I'm just worried about the future of this country. We're sitting here letting people tell us how to live our lives. We have civil rights. We have liberties in this country. And by God, I will not allow them to be infringed upon. I've told you guys a million times, and I'll say it again. I signed a dotted line so that I can protect my country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. To uphold the Constitution. And guess what? I ain't seeing that shit anymore. I am worried about our future. I am worried about where we are going as a country. The division needs to stop, and we need to come together, and we need to wake up together. I have dumbasses telling me that I have anger problems. No, it's not that I have anger problems at all. It's just you bring out anger in me. I mean, how am I supposed to not be angry when all I hear is ignorance come out of your mouth? You talk like you've experienced a hard life in a hard world when you've never experienced either. So who are you to tell me what our future is going to be? I've seen these worlds that you've never, ever thought on what their existence could be like. But I'm the crazy one. I'm the one who's out of touch with reality. No. What we live in here in America, this is a fantasy land. This is a fantasy compared to what the rest of the world lives in. So yeah, you're goddamn right. I don't live in your world, and I won't live in your world because I know what the real world is. Like I said, the real world is death, chaos, and fear. You really want to know what it's like outside of the U.S.? Death, chaos, and fear. I don't ever want to see that here. But you think you know better than me what the world's like. Yeah, okay. You go ahead and keep thinking that. You let me know when you've been shot at. And I don't use these as ways of saying that I am better than anybody, that I know more than anybody. I've just experienced more than most. And if you are willing to just take that experience and throw it away negligibly, you're out of your goddamn mind. Because I strive for people who have experiences like I do. I strive to have them around me. Reason being is they know about the bad shit. They know about what the world is. They understand that motherfuckers are crazy. Motherfuckers do stupid shit. Most motherfuckers are animals. All the way down to their core. And they are. Well, who the fuck am I? I don't know shit. I ain't experienced the world. Look, I love my country. I love the people in my country. And I will always fight for the people in my country. Because guess what? Without this country, my children don't have a future. And I'll be damned if I ever see this country at a place where my children don't have a future. I will fight to the day I die and make sure that that doesn't happen to them. Because they don't deserve that. They didn't do anything to deserve that. I'm just saying it's time to wake up to the shadiness at this point. If you haven't already, man, I hope at some point you swallow that red pill. Or just do your own goddamn research. Stop listening to these motherfuckers try and tell you how to live your life. Stop listening to the mainstream media. CNN, God, the garbage that comes out of them. Fox News, all of them. They're all garbage. Nobody is being honest. And it's time to wake up to that fact. There are too many fucking liars, and we aren't calling them out. It's up to us. It ain't up to anybody else. We already know. We're their paycheck. So of course they're going to sit here and keep feeding us bullshit. Because you motherfuckers keep eating it up. You motherfuckers don't go out and do your own goddamn research. Look, you don't have to use Google. Why don't you try DuckDuckGo? You want to know a great search engine that's going to give you shit when you look it up and not hide shit from you? DuckDuckGo. There you go. You're welcome. You want to know what's really going on? You got to do your own fucking research. I'm going to end this with a quote. You are allowed to have an opinion. But you are not allowed to have an uneducated opinion. An uneducated opinion is ignorance. And ignorance does not build a better society. That's a quote from me. You cannot be blatantly ignorant and think that society is going to be better for it. You got to go out and do your own research. You got to go out and figure this shit out. Just start connecting the dots on your own. That's what I did. I started looking at everything saying something's just not adding up here. Something's just not right here. That's what you gotta do. You gotta be the person to look for those holes in their stories. God, most of the holes right now is people can't even abide by their own fucking rules. That right there tells you everything. It tells you everything's a fucking lie. Y'all just gotta wake up to it. Y'all gotta see it. I can't make you see it. That's on you. But I can only hope that at some point you will see it. And that we can come together and stop this shit. Because it is up to us. Look, I'll always be on the front lines for the fight. Always. And that'll never change. So, hopefully I'll get to see you guys out there. But look, I know everybody ain't going to be out there. Everybody can't be out there. But I do hope that I get to see you on that battlefield if there ever is one. But that's it for this one, guys. Love you, AWGFAM and my XMCFAM. I'm out.